We was gonna give y'all $2,000 for the listening. We gave them the listening for $2,000. Sometimes you gotta take a chance. And so we took that chance, and from that, the listening came out in February of 2003. We finished the listening in March of 2002. We signed with ABB July of 2002. Questlove had a copy of the entire album in May of 2002. So around June of 2002, I'm sitting at my apartment, broke as hell. I'm selling these for $50 a piece. Well, it depends on what the person had in his pocket when they came to the house. It depends on how hungry they are. So, if he came to the house and he had $117, I'm taking all of that. Okay? And he says to me, and I need 3 weeks, I ain't got no 117. Come on, give me that. I did that for like 8, 9 months. I did that for long. I did it for about a year. Whatever you had, I'm taking. I'm taking everything you got. I'm sitting in front of my, at the time I transitioned to Fruity Loops by then. I'm gonna sit in front of Fruity Loops and I'm gonna play you every hot beat I got. Because I'm taking your money. You leaving out of here broke. That was my goal. The beat I did for Memphis Bleak, all right, that was a $50 beat. I was trying to sell that beat for $50. Nobody wanted it. Memphis Bleak wanted it. And that turned from 50 to 15,000. It's like that. So you never know the gems you got on your computer, whatever you make these songs. So I'm sitting at the crib, and everybody called me Pat or P or Pat or whatever. And so I'm at the house, and this is around the time that, everybody ain't got cell phones. So if you're gonna get a call, you get it from the house phone. And the phone rang, it's like, yo man, I speak the name, one. And at the time I wasn't used to hearing that name. Like, now it's like I'm not used to hearing my real name. And it's like, yo, speak the name. Like, is this 911? Like, yeah, who is this? Like, oh, my bad, man, I got your number from Questlove. Oh, okay. I'm like, who is this? Oh, man, this is Mr. Walk from the Beat Line. I'm like, who? It's Mr. Walk from the Beat Line. Like, what's going on, man? What's up? And I stayed on the phone with Mr. Walk for like an hour and a half, like, just asking him a question. And he was like, yo, man, tomorrow my brother's gonna call you. He's gonna call you tomorrow. Okay. And sure enough, he called me. It seems like between that May that Questlove had an album in July before we got signed, that June I got a call from Mr. Walker, Evil D, Drew Hogg, Buckshot, Music Soul Child, DJ Spinner, Rawls, J. Rawls from Columbus, Ohio, Grab Love, Pete Rock's brother. Like I was getting the craziest phone call, like out of nowhere. Like it was, all that time he was in the room making beats, trying to make 30 beats before Thursday. That was my thing. I wanted to make 30 beats before Thursday. From Monday to Thursday, I need to have 30 beats. Because I read somewhere where Pete Rock made 25 beats a week. I'm like, I got to beat him 25 beats a week. If he can do it, I'm trying to make 30 for the weekend. So I was doing that and just grinding. And that's where it came from. Fontaine was selling plasma to eat. Going to little, you read the paper, give us some plasma, you'll make $500. What's up, man? In the bed. What's wrong, you sick? Give us some plasma, I'm hurt. Fontaine used to work at a place called Blue Cross Blue Shield. From 9 to 5, get off work, come record the listening from 6 to 5 in the morning, go back to work. He did that for like 4 or 5 months. And, you know, that's why when a lot of kids say, well, I ain't got any time. What you doing? What are you doing? I ain't got any time. You married? No. You got kids? No. Well, how come you ain't got the time? You got all the time. This is the best time to, before you get a woman, especially before you get married, before you get a woman, because fellas, all that sitting in the basement making beats ain't bringing in no income, ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. She's gonna support your dream only for a little while. Until you start bringing some dollars in the house. Especially if she's working. And you downstairs making beats, oh baby, check the bill out. I don't give a damn about no bills. We got bills to pay. So this is the best time, if you have that time, to do music. So, and that's what we did. So it went from there, and you know, I got with Jay, who Young Ubu became a fan. Kanye West early 2003 became a fan. Just Blaze became a fan. And living in North Carolina is kind of living in a bubble. Like you don't know what's going on outside of North Carolina until you leave North Carolina. You have no clue who likes your music, who knows what you look like. You have no idea. And at the time, in 2003, at my hungriest time, Kanye, Just, and Young Ubu is sitting in Baseline Studios in the middle of 2003 playing and listening live. I'm sitting in North Carolina, I'm hungry. And they are playing this record like, yo, this dude is tough. This is what's going on. So, you never know who, is listening to your music. And that led me to make a beat for Jay. I never expected him to make a beat for Jay. That was not on my wish list. Destiny's Child was not either. David Banner was not either. Ludacris was not on my wish list. My wish list was Common, Kweli, Mose, Nas, YD, God said. And a host of the cast that people would automatically put me with. The box that people have me in. I'm the underground hip-hop producer. Whatever the fuck that means. I'm the, oh man, you ain't no mainstream, you underground producer. I was on I did 3 songs with one of the, arguably the highest selling female group of all time, Destiny's Child. There's no hip hop in that at all. Period. I won a Grammy with Mary J. Blige. David Banner, who was in a group called Crooked Letters first, I got paired up with him by his request. People, if you put yourself in an underground box, I don't know if you want to eat or not, you will not eat in this game. You won't. Just make the best music you possibly can. People will find you regardless of what. The term real, recognized, real is a real term. Real, recognized, real. No matter what side of the fence you try to claim, people know what good music is. People know the cats who make the music that some of us don't like, they don't ride around in the car listening to that. They just know that's what works. So they don't ride around and, the stupid 2-3 chant songs, they don't ride around listening to that. They ride around listening to us. So real, recognize real. I was in Atlanta and I'm coming in a hotel, I look, tall dude, mouth full of gold teeth. I know that dude. And I look, I said, man, that's Gucci, man. Okay. I walked up to him, and you walk up to dudes that don't know what you look like, and kind of, I said, what's going on, man? When you say, what's up, man? Like, one dude's like, oh, you that nigga. I'm about to go to the studio right now. Hey, how long you gonna be here? Like, so I leave in the morning, man. He said, well, man, get my manager's number, man. Keep in contact with him. 8 Ball. 8 Ball and JG, same thing. I get more love from that side of the fence than I do from the side of the fence people put me on. Every time I look around, there's somebody that you think will not listen to my music, or you think that's not in my box is showing me love. What's the boy that's giving me the box? Young bird. Wear his chain somewhere and get beat up by somebody. This dude. But he, I had to do a panel with him, and I'm on the panel, like, yes, I ain't want you to be on the panel with Young Bird. I'm like, okay. He's a smart dude, like, these kids are smart, and I, and after I'm about to walk off, I walk up to him and say, man, like you said, say, like, listen, man, Merge 316, the best album ever. Coming from Young Bird. So don't put people in boxes. Probably the biggest person you never should put in the box is Lil B, the bass guy. Say what you want to say about him. But when I talked to Lil B on the phone, the first thing he said to me was, he said, "Night." I said, "What's going on?" He's like, "Look, man, he was in a room full of cats when he called me." He's like, "Look, Fantastic Volume 2 or Quasimodo the Unseen, which is the better record?" I'm fucked up on phone like I said, I gotta go with Fantastic Volume 2. He's like, man, he's a big Quasimodo fan. He's from the West Coast. He's like, man, listen, man. He's like, money, hundred bitches, green power.
Green power.
He was naming off records like, I'm telling y'all, man, they're picking it back like, oh, whatever. But this kid knows his music. And he knows what works. So do you blame him? Or do you blame the 1 million+ people that click on the stupid stuff he makes? Who are we blaming? Once it goes out, it is up to somebody to go click, watch, click, watch. The stuff he makes that he actually rhymes on, 44,000, 45,000, 50,000 views. One time Scoop, 7 million. Who's to blame for that? Him or the fan? Whose fault is it? If you get out there and make a stupid song and it pops off for you, who's to blame? You're not supposed to get in the booth and just act stupid one time? Like, that's what Cheek was. Cheek was on Mr. Show. That's why they acted stupid. That's all that record is. And it just so happens that people who weren't Little Brother fans, Cheek is their favorite song. I'm telling you, man, y'all, I like y'all. That Cheek, that's my song. We were joking. That was a joke track. That's my jam, man. They played on the radio one time back home. Man, that Cheek, man, that's the jam. We were joking, dog. Come on. And so that's what the whole Lil B thing comes from. So don't put people in a box. Like, the people that you think that's for this art form and this culture are not. The people that you think that are so against it and just tearing it down do more for the culture behind the scenes than you ever could imagine. It was more people at Hurricane Katrina doing work that was making that type of music we don't like, other than the ones that free me on their song. This is the truth. Because at the same time, just as snap music or trap music is a market, conscious music is a market too. That is a market. That is a market that sells. So even if a rapper is not show of hand, what the hell is conscious music? Can somebody tell me what conscious music is? Anybody has a definition for a conscious rapper? Okay, I see that on Twitter a lot. Yes.
I got my own definition.
What is your definition of a conscious rapper?
Something that inspires me to keep going in the path that I want to choose, which is independent, just, on my own, do my thing, but in a proper manner as far as, not hurting nobody, not hurting myself, just being inspired, being inspired for growth as a human being and as an individual on everyday basis.
Okay.
Like I said, that's my definition.
It's your definition of conscious rap.
For me.
For you.
Yes.
So with a kid who wants to be a drug dealer thinking Jeezy is his conscious rap, why not?
That's for him.
But doesn't that inspire him to do what he want to do and live his life?
Everybody has their own definition.
Right. But it's a market. What is the conscious rapper market then? What's the definition of that?
You could say, yeah, we have two sides to many types of fences that people want to choose. You know what I'm saying? There's different ways of life and the way you want to live your life. So therefore, you find a market for that and you market to that.
Again, what is the definition of the conscious rapper market? I know your definition, but what?
There isn't.
Political, socially aware.
Say it.
Political and socially aware.
Political, socially aware of what's going on. A political rapper.
Yeah.
So Lupe is a conscious rapper.
By the mainstream definition.
By mainstream definition. Okay. What you saying, bro? Everybody agree with this?
By most people, that's what most people think when they think
What you
conscious.
think? Okay. What is mainstream?
That which appeals to the masses. But then again, they got engineered what's gonna sell, so.
True sometimes. So that's mainstream music. So Merz and I are gonna do our last album. It'll be album number 5. We pull a Mac Miller and do 300,000 the first week. And then next thing you know, we're on Killer. The next thing you know, we're on 1,000. And next thing you know, we're on Leather. We mainstream rappers. Big mainstream. Why not?
Well, as a fan, I wouldn't consider y'all mainstream. I consider y'all, doing what you felt like you wanted to do on this album and making it successful.
So it's mainstream of sound. It's mainstream of sound then? Because
No.
we 300,000, we don't kill them. 9 times out of 10, somebody that's not your age don't look like you, but not your color, will know who Murder's 900.
Right.
You might come in, that's at the level when you come into Whole Foods and they're playing us on speakers. or you go to Starbucks and we're sitting right down. So it's mainstream of sound? It's not a sound.
I wouldn't say it's a sound.
Because I hear a lot too. I ain't gonna make commercial beats. Then what's a commercial beat? What is that? Any question? Any answer? What a commercial beat is? Yes.
I would say mainstream, I think it's more of a time frame. I think mainstream is more of a time frame at that certain point. Because there was a point where after my father dropped off Quest, whatever, they were mainstream. So it was like, okay, that's where.
What's your name, bro?
Marlo.
Mainstream is a time period. It wasn't I talk about all the time women in hip hop, like not the women that rhyme, but the women who love hip hop. A lot of times it's hard to find a woman who knows as much as hip hop as you. Right? 1993, we didn't have that problem. Because the Tribe Called Quest is a popular group. Right? This is the group that you would come on and turn on Rap City, and they're on rotation. And the Black Moon video comes after that. And the Far Side video comes after that. Then Soul's Initiative comes after that. Like there's not too many 30 women over 30, especially now women over 35, 33, 34. And if you say, Lisa the new school, she won't know what you're talking about. That was mainstream at the time. It was mainstream music. Vanilla Ice was pop. Like, put it like this. In the realms and confines of hip hop, Vanilla Ice and Hammer didn't count. It was like, that's it, it was like, they were so far up that they didn't keeping count of what we're doing. Yeah.
It seems like it's not just time street, but status as well.
Right. It's also a status. Which is going to change because now mainstream is being transferred to Twitter numbers. I mean, the Twitter numbers you got. If you have that blue check beside your name, that verified check on Twitter. You got that verified check. You somebody. That's the blue check is the new TV. You're somebody. I don't know who you are. You got that blue check. You're somebody I need to know about. I'm not on it. So I need to Google you and find out who you are. But you got the blue verified check, and they ain't easy to come by. You got one, so I don't know who you are, so I'm gonna find out. That's the new team. So it's also status. Right? So we back to conscience. So then what's conscience? 50 Cent said I'm alive without conscience. 50 Cent.
I think to go with what he was saying, it's kind of like if you had, and I'm gonna say real, I think we can say universally that if music is real, it's real. You can't knock it. The ODB said you can't knock what's real.
You cannot knock what's real, yes.
And so that being the case, if real music was mainstream, I feel like that's a reflection of society. That being the case, I feel like society has taken a shift. Maybe due to the powers that be, but maybe the mainstream has shifted to this new. Hey, this is music. This is the music you want to listen to. Okay, well, listen to this music.
Right.
And that's where hip hop was. It wasn't back in in the Bronx or whatnot. You didn't have to say, oh, yeah, it was all original real music. When you shift from being music like that to being told what's what, I feel like that's you're taking away the creativity. You know what I mean?
You said something very, very important about what's real is what's real. Right? That's your story. That's your story. I get a lot of flack about the love I have for Rick Ross's music. Right? Because there is he's fake. He used to be a CEO. First of all, who said CEOs do sales? Okay. The beliefs and all that are most corrupt, right? He's lying, blah, blah. If you know how many rappers in the game that was lying, like, I'm like, which is the worst liar? The person that said he was a cop and sells drugs, or the person that says he's a revolutionary for the cause and not? Who's more dangerous? That guy, like the other dude. And so that was my whole Rick Ross thing. They were like, oh man, Rick Ross talks about, all he talk about is drugs, and all he talk about is shooting, and all he talk about is cocaine. Well, apparently you ever heard on the bill for Cuban links. Apparently. Apparently you ever heard Marvin Gaye. Apparently you had heard Cool G Rap from his album. Apparently you have heard Straight Outta Compton. We can do this all day. Like, any gangster rap album that has ever been released, whether it be from Ghetto Boys, We Can't Be Stopped, it was more killing on records between 1988 and 1995 than it is, straight killing. Like, the new gangster was talking about, oh, we ain't just gonna get money. Mobb Deep songs used to start off shooting people. God Talking Part 3, they're assembling, getting together, planning a plot to shoot somebody outside. That's how the song started. So I get a whole lot of, so Mobb Deep from New York, man. And that's what the whole thing was. Like, oh man, the Mobb Deep real. Really? Like, so they're real, and Ross is fake. Ross picks up the highest piece of the game. I wish somebody need to go take a Rick Ross picking beat picking class. Sit down there and say, you know what, he needs to A&R people's projects. Like, look man, that's the beat for you. You got to pick something. Like some of these rappers, they need to follow Ross's ear and this stuff, right? So I kind of challenge that too, because there's a lot of young kids oh, they're really foggy on what the quote unquote real hip hop is. They're very foggy. They don't know, because they come from this whole